As the golden magne of BTS, Jungkook has long been a figure of fascination and admiration across the globe. With a voice that melts hearts, dance moves that captivate even non-K-pop fans, and an aura that blends humble charm with superstar power, Jungkook has proven himself to be more than just a member of the world's biggest boy band. Now, with rising speculation and mounting anticipation, the world watches once again as rumors swirl about his return to the United States for another solo concert. And just as the news brews, his solo album is making waves all over again in the American charts, a phenomenon few solo Asian artists ever experience. The question now on everyone's mind: what happens if Jungkook truly returns to the US stage? Jungkook's solo debut marked a historic moment not only for BTS fans but also for the entire K-pop industry. As part of a group that broke records worldwide, Jungkook carried immense expectations when stepping into the spotlight on his own. But he didn't just meet those expectations, he shattered them. With his debut album, Golden, released in late 2023, Jungkook showed the world that he could stand tall as a soloist. Tracks like 7 and Standing Next to You skyrocketed on the Billboard Hot 100, with 7 even breaking Spotify records. Collaborations with global stars such as Latto and Jack Harlow gave his music a crossover appeal that transcended language and genre. But now, more than a year since that debut, something remarkable is happening again: resurgence. His album is once again trending across social media in the United States. Songs from Golden are being used in countless TikToks and Instagram Reels. Radio stations are giving his tracks renewed airplay. Some fans suggest that this renewed buzz might not be coincidental. Perhaps it's the early signs of a new solo concert announcement. America has always been a pivotal market for global musicians. For K-pop, cracking the US meant legitimacy on a global scale, and BTS did that like no other. For Jungkook, returning to America for another solo tour would mean something deeper, not just revisiting success, but re-establishing dominance in a market that rarely holds the spotlight long on foreign solo artists. The last time Jungkook held a solo performance in America, fans filled arenas in minutes. Cities like Los Angeles, New York, and Chicago witnessed explosive fan energy. But this time, the impact could be even greater. The reviral success of his album has sparked interest not only among ARMYs, but casual pop listeners. Music critics from Rolling Stone to Billboard have remarked on Jungkook's versatile vocal delivery and his genre-defying ambition. This is more than fandom, it's artistry meeting critical acclaim. Several signs point toward something big. Korean media outlets have reported internal discussions about overseas concerts. Fan communities have spotted alleged venue bookings under code names that align with previous K-pop tour strategies. Most notably, Jungkook himself has hinted in recent live broadcasts that he misses performing solo and can't wait to see everyone again soon. ARMY Twitter exploded with theories after his cryptic comments. Hashtags like hashtag Jungkook is coming and hashtag Golden Retour began trending globally. And when one mysterious countdown page appeared online, matching Jungkook's signature visuals and gold-toned branding, fans began to prepare for the inevitable, another epic American return. If Jungkook's solo concert in the US becomes a reality, it will mark more than just a series of music shows. It will be a cultural moment, one that unites generations, breaks language barriers, and once again places Korean artistry at the center of the global music stage. What sets Jungkook apart isn't just his vocals or visuals. It's his deep emotional resonance with fans. He sings in both Korean and English, but the emotions he conveys, longing, joy, vulnerability, passion, are universal. His performances are immersive experiences, blending cinematic visuals with live vocals, choreography, and storytelling. Each concert is a carefully orchestrated journey, where fans are not just spectators but participants. The US concert experience, with its advanced stage technology and large venues, offers the perfect canvas for Jungkook's solo artistry. From LED-laden arenas to interactive stage elements, the possibilities are endless. Jungkook's potential return to America isn't just another tour, it's a redefinition of what it means to be a global solo artist from Korea. In the past, few Asian artists have sustained solo success in the American market. But Jungkook, with his unique blend of commercial appeal, artistic integrity, and global fanbase, stands as an exception. The ripple effect of another successful US tour would be massive. From Billboard re-entries to renewed streaming boosts, from late-night show appearances to collaborations with major American producers, the exposure could elevate Jungkook to an even higher tier of global stardom. And for fans, it's more than just music. It's a celebration of identity, culture, and the deep connection forged through screens and speakers across time zones. When Jungkook stood on stage as the youngest member of BTS, it was already evident to millions that he was a star in the making. His journey from a wide-eyed teenager joining Big Hit Entertainment in 2011 to a solo global phenomenon in his mid-20s is a story of grit, growth, and unmatched talent. But behind the screaming fans, record-breaking albums, and viral performances lies a deeply personal story, one that traces how Jungkook stepped out from the group's spotlight and carved his own path as a solo artist. Born in Busan, South Korea, Jungkook was just 13 when he auditioned for a Korean talent show, Superstar K. Although he didn't make it to the final rounds, the exposure caught the attention of several entertainment companies. He ultimately chose Big Hit, not because it was the biggest, but because of a promise that he would debut in a group that prioritized passion, teamwork, and artistry. In 2013, BTS debuted with No More Dream, and Jungkook, then just 15, was instantly dubbed the Golden Magne, the Golden Youngest, for his ability to sing, rap, dance, and even produce. As the group grew, so did Jungkook's skills and popularity. While initially seen as the cute youngest brother of the group, he slowly evolved into a commanding stage presence with a mature voice and magnetic charisma. Even during BTS's group activities, fans could sense Jungkook's solo potential. His solo tracks within BTS albums such as Begin, Euphoria, and My Time were all critical fan favorites. Euphoria, in particular, became an iconic anthem, used in films, TV, and viral fan edits, showcasing Jungkook's ethereal vocals and emotional depth. Over time, Jungkook also became more involved in songwriting and production. His self-produced tracks like Still With You and My You, released on SoundCloud and YouTube, gained millions of listens without formal promotion. They were gifts to fans, but also quiet declarations. He wasn't just a performer. He was a storyteller. These moments hinted at something more. Fans and industry insiders alike began to anticipate what a full solo debut could look like. And when BTS announced their temporary group hiatus in 2022 to focus on solo projects and military service, the spotlight naturally turned toward Jungkook. Jungkook's official solo debut came in 2023 with the album Golden, and it was nothing short of explosive. The lead single, 7, debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, making Jungkook the first Korean solo artist to do so. The track combined seductive vocals with a slick pop beat, featuring American rapper Latto, a bold move that symbolized his crossover ambitions. The album didn't stick to one genre. It was a buffet of styles, from R&B and pop to EDM and soul. Tracks like 3D, featuring Jack Harlow, and Standing Next to You demonstrated his versatility, capable of switching from sensual dance grooves to vulnerable ballads effortlessly. Critics were quick to praise his vocal precision and control, with many comparing him to Western icons like Justin Timberlake or The Weeknd. Commercially, the album sold over 2 million copies globally within weeks and streamed hundreds of millions of times across platforms. But more importantly, it solidified Jungkook's identity not as a BTS member doing solo work, but as a legitimate solo artist in his own right. While BTS had already conquered the American music scene, Jungkook's solo efforts carried additional pressure. Would American audiences, who were once captivated by the 7-member magic, embrace just one? The answer came swiftly, a resounding yes. His performances on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, Good Morning America, and the Global Citizen Festival proved that he could own the stage solo. Whether it was his magnetic delivery of 7 or his slick choreography in Standing Next to You, Jungkook didn't just survive alone. He thrived. Music journalists in the US began referring to him as K-pop's breakout solo king. Not since PSY's Gangnam Style had a Korean solo act reached this level of American mainstream awareness, and Jungkook's artistry was much deeper, more versatile, and emotionally resonant. Part of Jungkook's appeal lies in his authenticity. While other artists carefully construct personas, Jungkook often shows his unfiltered self through live streams, behind-the-scenes content, and vlogs. Fans feel like they truly know him. From his tattoo collection and workout routines to his shy smile and love of gaming, his solo work reflects this personal side. Songs like Yes or No and Hate You aren't just catchy tunes, they're glimpses into his thoughts and emotions. Jungkook has openly spoken about the pressure of being perfect, the fear of disappointing fans, and his struggle to balance expectations with self-expression. This emotional honesty has forged an unbreakable bond between him and his fans, a connection that transcends language or geography. In many ways, Jungkook's solo journey is the evolution from idol to icon. In the K-pop industry, the term idol often implies someone who follows a system, maintains an image, and plays a part in a team. But icon speaks to cultural influence, artistic independence, and long-lasting legacy. Jungkook is moving swiftly into that second category. His impact goes beyond charts and records. Young Korean artists now cite him as their role model. Western musicians seek him out for collaborations. Luxury brands like Calvin Klein, which made him a global ambassador, say he's the future of youth fashion. Whether through music, fashion, or personal storytelling, Jungkook is helping rewrite the rules for what a global pop star can be, not bound by genre, language, or region. In the digital era, music doesn't follow the same trajectory it once did. An album can peak at release, fade out, and then with the right spark, surge back into the public consciousness months or even years later. That's exactly what's happening with Golden. While the album made an explosive debut in 2023, its recent trend across platforms like Spotify, TikTok, Apple Music, and even YouTube Shorts suggests a second wave of popularity. In fact, according to recent social data, as of mid-2025, the hashtag Jungkook Golden saw a 130% spike in US-based usage in just 3 weeks. Key tracks such as Standing Next to You, Yes or No, and Too Sad to Dance are appearing in thousands of new short-form videos, dance challenges, and aesthetic edits. But why now? The truth is, music returns to the surface when it finds emotional relevance, and social media accelerates that process. Standing Next to You, a track that once dominated dance covers, is now being used in nostalgic videos, breakup edits, and content that expresses longing and emotional connection. The recontextualization of Jungkook's lyrics for different moods makes them evergreen in the eyes of a new wave of listeners. TikTok has been especially instrumental. A new dance trend using a sped-up version of Yes or No was started by a popular American creator with over 8 million followers, and within days, the sound was used in over 500,000 videos. Teen creators and lifestyle influencers across the US have jumped on the trend, introducing Jungkook to a fresh Gen Z audience who may not have followed his solo career when it first launched. This organic rediscovery is powerful. It proves that Jungkook's music isn't just a moment, it's a mood. One that fits into people's lives long after release. The impact of this trend isn't limited to short-form videos. On Spotify US, several Golden tracks have re-entered the daily viral chart. Too Sad to Dance climbed over 100 positions in just 10 days. Apple Music has also featured Golden on curated playlists like Today's Hits, Global Pop Vibes, and Mood Booster. Billboard analysts are taking note. In a recent article, one critic wrote, Jungkook is making history once again, not just for being a solo Korean act who charted high, but for creating a body of work that's finding longevity, something that very few non-English albums achieve in the American market. For an international artist, longevity in the US market is rare. The fact that Jungkook's album is making its second wave almost a year after its release shows that he's not just an idol. He's part of the American pop conversation, and of course, much of this momentum is supported by one of the most powerful forces in modern music fandom, ARMY. BTS fans have mastered the art of digital mobilization, and Jungkook's solo campaign is no exception. Fans in the US have coordinated streaming parties, Billboard fundraisers, and social media boosts for Golden tracks. On forums like Reddit, Twitter/X, and TikTok, fan-led accounts share updates on chart movement and guide new fans on how to stream effectively. But what makes this resurgence different is how much of it is fan-led but not fan-only. A huge portion of the listeners rediscovering Jungkook's music today are casual audiences, music lovers who were introduced to a song through a TikTok trend or Spotify suggestion, and then stayed because of the quality of the music. This hybrid momentum, fan-driven plus organic audience discovery, is rare and incredibly powerful. It suggests Jungkook's appeal has crossed into a more mainstream American awareness. American media is taking notice of the resurgence. Popular music blogs like Pitchfork, NME, and Consequence have recently run features about the renewed popularity of Golden. Entertainment outlets like E! News, BuzzFeed, and Teen Vogue are writing about Jungkook's viral appeal and asking, is another solo tour coming? One entertainment journalist even tweeted, the return of Jungkook's album to the charts tells us what we already knew. This man wasn't a one-hit solo wonder. He's here to stay. Meanwhile, industry insiders are speculating that the album's renewed popularity might trigger a deluxe re-release or surprise singles. especially as concert tour rumors continue to swell. Most solo albums have a short promotional lifespan, 3 to 6 months of aggressive marketing, a few music video drops, and then silence. But Jungkook, like BTS as a group, is rewriting the playbook. His album is thriving long after the media cycle ended. And that changes everything. If Golden continues to trend and a solo concert is announced, the album could re-enter the Billboard 200, a feat rarely seen in the K-pop industry. It would also give Jungkook an unprecedented chance to break his own streaming records with re-released versions or live renditions from the concert. His team has remained mostly silent on the matter, which only fuels speculation. But insiders have hinted at a major American media appearance this summer, possibly involving a late-night show or an Apple Music session, signs that this second wave is being monitored and potentially harnessed.